AirPod Pro 2 are probably my favourite product of the year from Apple. I've bought an awful lot of products from Apple this year, and these are right up there. Hi, I'm David, and it's time for this week's video, which is about AirPod Pro 2. But it's not going to be a whole specs video. I've done that already earlier in the year, and you'll find links for that through the course of this video. No, this is really looking at why these are so good, why I think you might want to treat yourself or buy them as a gift for somebody if you're very late on buying Christmas presents. And also, and more importantly, just having a quick overview of what we think might be happening with AirPods, the entire range, during the course of 2023. So I actually bought these as a reason to make content for the channel. When they were announced that the event in September, I thought, well, they're fairly inexpensive. I'll get a couple of videos out of them, get some good content. That was what I bought them for. So they sat on my desk for 2 or 3 days after being delivered. Now, I'd only bought my first pair of AirPod Pro earlier this year in March. So they were still brand new effectively. And I thought, well, how much better can these be? Now, I clearly remember the night I first put these in because I was writing a blog in the evening. Normally, I blog during the daytime. I was writing in the evening, I saw the parcel, the package over in the corner of my desk, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll unpack them, pop them in, paired them up, and oh boy, the audio is that much better. If you've got a pair of the OG AirPod Pros and you're thinking, it can't be worth changing, trust me, for the audio alone, it really is worth changing. And of course, through everything they do, they're better. You've got the adaptive transparency, which does work. That actually kicked in at the weekend. I've got a building site happening near me where they're building up a load of houses. There was this big machine there. I don't know what the machine was doing, beyond my knowledge set, but all I know is it's making a lot of noise. And the adaptive transparency did the job of cutting down those really big high frequencies. So that's kind of more attenuated with the spoken podcast that I was listening to. The active noise cancelling is just day and night, so much better than the original pair as well. And this is all happening in real time. It's making these adjustments to the sound 48,000 times a second or something. It seems to spring to mind, it's some crazy number. So all the claims you've heard are true. These are really worth giving a listen to if you haven't got a pair yet. But as I say, it could be that changes are happening across the AirPod range altogether next year. So let's just take a little look at what we've got at the moment and what we think might be coming during the course of 2023. So let's start at the bottom with the entry-level AirPods, and it's only around about a year ago, of course, that we got the 3rd gen of the AirPods. So I can't say they're going to make an awful lot of difference, but there's a couple of small changes that they might decide to make to them just to make them more appealing and give them a bit of a facelift. You might get better Bluetooth connectivity in there, possibly even the H2 chip, now it's developed, could be popped in there. And if they did that, then you could get maybe either active noise cancelling or adaptive transparency. I don't think you get both features because then it makes them a bit too close to the AirPod Pro, but you might get one of those features. But the very important thing is they keep that price difference there between the original AirPods and the AirPod Pro. So I don't think they're going to do too much to that. They want to keep the price keen. So it might be a couple of minor little tweaks like that, but I think that's all you're going to see on the lower end AirPods. So let's go midway now and look at the AirPod Pro. Well, these are so good already that they very nearly got a 10 out of 10 for me. They just fell short of getting a perfect score for one simple and small reason. And in actual fact, that was to do with fit. Not so much comfort. The comfort's okay, but it's the fit. If you're doing any kind of activity in these, there's that what's almost like an AirPod Pro Flex now, where you constantly have to fiddle and push and just tweak it and sit it in your ear. Now, I know I've got perfect fit. I've done all the test measurements on the phone. The fit is perfect. It's just something to do with the design of AirPod Pro don't fit as comfortably or sit as comfortably as that cheap original pair of AirPods that I had and used for months and months. In fact, a couple of years, they saw me through lockdown. Once those are in, they stay there. They're not doing anything. There's constantly that little fiddling going on. But other than that, these sound so good now. They've got so many features on there, like the volume control. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly to use, but it's a great feature to have on there. The battery life is so much, but everything about these is so good. I don't see that they can make a big improvement and bring out a Gen 3 in 2023 with any meaningful improvements. The only thing they might possibly do, if the Apple engineers work out a way of getting lossless audio down the Bluetooth pipes, maybe we'll get that, and that'd be the only really big improvement on them. But other than that, these are about as good as they get. They're a 9 out of 10 and would have been a 10 out of 10 if they had a better fit so they didn't keep falling out. To talk about AirPod Max really, and they're 2 years old and they're still expensive, £549 or dollars. You can get some deals on Amazon and maybe you've got a gift card over Christmas so you can bag yourself a cheaper pair. They sound great. They're a little uncomfortable on long periods of time. I've used them at other creator studios and they are a little bit heavy. but they are a great pair of headphones. So what changes could we see coming to those in 2023? Well, Mark Gurman thinks that there's going to be some more colours coming along to AirPod Max. And if it's just colours, I don't think they'd call that a Gen 2. It's not really a whole generation change. The only things they could do to make a generation change, I would have thought, are if they manage to find a way of bringing lossless audio to Bluetooth. Yep, that's obviously a reason to make a Gen 2 AirPod Max. But the only other thing that they're going to change on AirPod Max, and probably across the whole AirPod range, is USB-C charging. We know those changes are coming in 2024, and Apple seem quite keen to get ahead of things and actually get those changes made during the course of next year. So maybe we'll get a different carry case that could be USB-C compatible, and also the actual adapter on the AirPod Max themselves will almost certainly turn to USB-C. But again, if it's just that, that's probably just an iterative change as opposed to being a whole generation change. So I don't see there's too much coming to AirPod Max. But if there's any changes you'd like to see made to AirPods, either the entry-level AirPods, AirPods Pro, or AirPod Max, what would it be? What would be your dream pair of AirPods? But if you're thinking of getting yourself a little gift at the end of this year or into the new year, then honestly, AirPod Pro 2 would be a great way to go. They are fantastic. All the features they've got on there, the ANC, the active noise cancelling, the adaptive transparency, the better battery life, they're more sweat and water resistant now. The endless features go on and on and on. MagSafe capability with the charging, they're fully compatible with Find My, and all for about £250. They sound great, they're small, and I use these more than any other product I've got out of all of my Apple products. These are the things that go with me everywhere, every single day. I could not and would not want to be without them. But let me know, do you like them as much as I do? And are you thinking of getting some? And what model are you going to go for? Entry-level AirPods, AirPods Pro, or the big boys, the AirPod Max? And don't forget, if you'd like me to review AirPod Max, let me know in the comments. And I'll get enough people saying yes, then I'll go and get some early in the new year and we'll try and out it on the channel. But guys, I just wanted to catch up with you and let you know how good these are. Probably my Apple product of the year. They would have got a 10 out of 10 if only they didn't keep falling out. Thanks so much. Don't forget, stick around and I'll put one of those other AirPod videos on at the end of this. Have yourselves a great weekend and Merry Christmas.